What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Homie Hangout, where we help others move in excellence. And what you're looking at is a video released on the Twitter account, actually, of President Bukele, President of El Salvador, showing the prison that he's been talking about having built now for a while. I think like last month, maybe, is when he first announced that this big terrorism confinement center, right, is gonna be built. It's over in Tecoluca, and the reason for it is the war on gangs, right? The guerra contra pandillas, right? That he's been waging since March of this year. As you guys will know, within 3 days they had like 87 people, I think, killed. Just civilians basically by Mara. As negotiations broke down between particularly MS and the government, but also different faction of Barrio 18 as well. And so since then he's cracked down, right? There was a state of emergency on March 27th. And I've talked about some of these things in other videos. You can check out the playlist that'll be linked at the end of this. This is very short. And so his crackdown has a lot of support, right? A ton of support. It's a 30-day period that launched on March 27th. It's getting extended every 30 days. I think last week was when they last voted on it, and it was approved 67-15. Right now, granted, he controls the legislatures and the judiciary and everybody else, so it's not a surprise. But the people of El Salvador are tired of the violence, right? And there's no sympathy for gang members, and violence has virtually gone away in El Salvador since the crackdown. If the gangs aren't killing people and the government is not killing people, really, people ain't getting killed in El Salvador. And so we'll see how it goes, right? He says that within 60 days, at least one of those buildings is going to be open. And it's huge, as you can tell. It's surrounded by, I think, hundreds of acres of government-owned land beyond this. And it's got like thousands of meters of perimeter plus extra fencing, 30 some odd watchtowers. It's supposed to be a very state-of-the-art, high-tech facility. The only real criticisms are the standard criticisms you hear, right? Like, there's no transparency. Where's the money coming from? Blah, blah, blah. But there's no transparency in government in El Salvador anyways, And Bukele in particular is not a transparent person whatsoever, right? He has an authoritarian regime. But it would seem a lot of the population there are okay with an authoritarian regime when that regime is limiting murders and creating routes of safe passage for everyday people to kind of go on with their life. The economy is struggling right now. In El Salvador, struggling everywhere. So there's some criticism about whatever money is being spent. Is this the best way to spend it? I don't live in El Salvador. I've never lived there. From the folks that I talk to and from the impression I get, though, and feel free to jump in the comments and let me know if you think otherwise. Folks don't really care, man. They want peace. They want the violence to stop. They want to not have their businesses taxed by gangs. So they're all for this. They're not asking questions. They're just wanting results, right? And yes, people want the economy to be better, but the economy is not great anyways when you're operating under the thumb of the various gangs down there, right? So it's a dire situation, Now, how this is going to play out in the long term, who knows? Bukele has always negotiated with gangs, but there's been some stuff coming out of some recorded phone calls, some divisions within his government in terms of negotiators. And it would seem that during this last bit of violence, Bukele turned around and got pissed off and was like, hey, you know what? You don't tell me what to do. And basically, this is his way of negotiating back with the gangs. It's like, hey, watch this, right? And 46,000 suspected gang members have been arrested. Somewhere 50 to 100 have died. Have been killed by the government in and out of other jails. The prison system is incredibly crowded in El Salvador. So, we'll see. We'll see. There's a huge intersect between prisons in El Salvador and the gangs in El Salvador. So Anyways, help others move in excellence. That's what homies do. Help yourself at the same time because you're worth it, and help your community because they need you. Check out some of the other videos and expect some future content from me soon, man. Around so many things going on down there, and drop a comment with what you want to hear about. Take care.